Okay, let's talk about how I created this abstract cartoon character collage in Procreate. So my characters are the Powerpuff Girls. I am using 3 of them. You guys need to use at least 2, probably no more than 2 to 3. And the key to this project is you have to have a lot of layers. So if you see my little double square up here, the layers menu, you can see I have about 14 different layers. And think of your layers like pieces to a puzzle. So each layer, for example, if I clicked on this layer and I went to my arrow move tool up here, you can see each layer is a piece to the puzzle. So I'm going to show you in a blank page how to start this. So you're going to go to +, click screen size, and then go to your wrench and click insert a photo. And then before you insert a photo, you have to go to Safari to save some photos of your cartoon characters. So my suggestion is save some photos that don't have a lot of background, it's just your character, and save a variety of photos, so some of your characters from different angles. So I'm going to save this one by holding my finger down and click add to photos. This is a good one. And then I have several ones that I've saved before. So I'm trying to get a good variety. Then when you go to Procreate, go to your wrench and click insert a photo. Start with whatever photo you like. I'm going to start with this one here. And you can make your photo as big as you want. You can even rotate it around different ways. And I'm going to be outlining the eye right there. So I'm going to go to my layers, and a really important thing I need to do is add a new layer. I don't want to draw in the layer with the picture, and here's why. So if I started to draw in the layer with the picture, maybe I was outlining something, and I went to my arrow tool, they're now in the same layer. They can't be separated. And eventually I want to delete this layer. I don't want that background picture. I just want my tracing. So let me delete this, undo, and add my new layer. And I'm going to go to black because I want to outline the details of the eye, and you can see some dark black outlines. And I want to pick a brush that's solid. So for example, this blotchy brush is not going to match the lines of the cartoon. You can see the cartoon lines right here are very solid and dark. So you want to pick a brush that matches that. I like to use monoline. If you don't have monoline under calligraphy, you can try to go to inking and pick a solid brush or a sketching brush that looks more solid. Pick a brush that you think works best for you. Now on your brush menu here, you can change the opacity. I would go all the way up to 100% because these lines are pretty solid. And try to pick a size that you think matches what you're outlining. So I'm outlining the eye here. Let me just do a little test. That looks like a good size. Maybe a little bit bigger. So remember, I'm in my layer above, blank layer. Now another trick that can help you trace this more easily is if you go to your picture layer and click the N, then move this opacity bar down to the middle. You'll see it's changing your picture a little bit more see-through. That will help you when you outline to kind of distinguish what's my outline, what's my background picture that I'm going to delete later. All right, let's start to outline this. Now, some key tips when you're outlining is when you're trying to make like a perfect curve or a perfect straight line, hold your brush down. You can see it kind of snaps to be perfect for you. I'll do the same thing right here. I'm going to stop here, but I'm going to hold it so it just kind of looks more even. And when you trace a shape, same thing. Hold your pen down, hold, and it will make a more perfect circle for you. All right, I'm going to outline this part here. I don't think I need to use the holding down because that was a pretty easy line. That one too. All right, now I'm going to fill these in. I know that this is black, so I can just take my black from the menu up here and just drop it in. Same thing with white. I can just drop that in. But this blue color is a really specific blue. So go back to your picture. Turn the opacity back up. Hold your finger down. Your iPad will select the exact color from your original picture. And what it does is it goes right up here to the color menu. And you can then just go back to your layer and drop it in. Perfect color match. Okay, I'm going to delete that original picture by swiping, and then go to your arrow, and then you can move that shape around. So again, you can make it bigger or smaller, you can rotate it, you can put it in different positions. I think I kind of like it poking out from the corner here, so I'm going to leave it right there. All right, time to add a new picture. So insert a new photo. I will go to this one next. And I think for this one, I'm just going to trace the body. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that a little bit more see-through, add a layer above, go to black. And these lines here are pretty thick, so I'm going to make my brush bigger so that they match and start to outline. Let's block some colors in so I know the shoes are black, but I don't want to forget about that white spot there, so I'm going to go back in and just draw that in first. Oop, that doesn't quite look white. Tap, tap to get a perfect white. All right, let's block those black areas in, and then go back to my picture, make it less see-through. Hold down so I can get that exact pink that I want. Then go back to my layering, drop the color in. I'm going to clean up this spot a little bit. And, oops, I almost forgot about the white on the legs. There we go. All right, let's see how this looks. So I'm going to delete that picture, go to my arrow, move tool, and that looks pretty good. Maybe I'll put this one kind of like poking up from the top there. All right, let's go back to my finished picture to see some other tips. So again, I have about 14 layers here. If you have only 1 or 2 layers, that probably means you don't have enough shapes to your puzzle. Each part is its own layer. Remember that. I also put some letters in there from the logo, from the Powerpuff logo. I didn't want to give away too much, so I just put the P in there. And a background color. So go to your background layer and pick a color you think would fit well with your picture. So I didn't choose white because I thought there was too much white in my picture and there was too much black. It kind of made things disappear. I didn't also want to pick a pinkish color that didn't really go, so I kind of just picked like a light pinkish color that I thought matched my theme pretty well. And this is my finished picture. All right, your goals are to fill your whole space and to make sure you have both cartoon characters in there represented. And if people can't really tell that it's your cartoon character, that probably means you need to add more. All right, happy creating.